Yo, what's good? It's your boy JG Tennis back with another video today. So you see, there's a different background. That's because y'all already know I'm in college. So I hate when the Wi-Fi is out. The Wi-Fi is out. You gotta be kidding me. But good thing I got that assignment done on time. Freaking gotta be kidding me. But everything's been fun so far. Today I'm gonna be, oh my god, the Wi-Fi is out. I'm gonna be reviewing my senior year. So you already know I've had other videos like this where I reviewed in my senior year. Reviewed my other years like junior year, sophomore, freshman year. You know, freshman year, the start of it was pretty decent, pretty good. Sophomore year was a tale of two halves, where the first half of sophomore year was like one of the most funnest times ever. Then, you know, it just wasn't the same in the second semester. Everything just went, not sideways, but everything just went boring. Then, you know, junior year, it was a tale of three-fourths. Like the first 9 weeks, it's like stressful. Second 9 weeks was great. But yeah, so now let's talk about senior year. The greatest senior year that I've ever had. Beginning, we go to let me find, where's that video list I had. Senior year started off because, you know, the summer, I was coming off one of the best summers ever. Not like 2022. It was similar to that. And heck, this year was similar too, and I'll get into a video of that. Well, actually, I'll get into that in this video. But senior year started off because, coming from the summer, I had recently exceeded my influence, where I started gaining a lot of followers from other schools, particularly in smaller towns like Leeds, Springville, and Jasper, because of how known I was with the tennis teams. So when they all follow me on Instagram, you know, they follow me, they shouted me out on like some posts. Then a lot of people from the school started knowing who I am. So let's get to the start. Coming from this summer, I came to Ramsey High School, senior year. And for me, I didn't feel like a Ramsey Ram, right? The reason, because I've been hanging out in a lot of these areas and stuff, so I was like, hold on, let me scoot back a little bit. Let me see if I have a chair. Ugh. Man, I feel this is so freaking uncomfortable. No, but it started off good. I mean, going to school, I'm coming to classes, I'm just there. And usually I'm a lot more sociable at Ramsey, which I actually was a lot sociable this year. Came to class, I had a great time. Still talk to all the people that I know from Ramsey. First week, pretty good, pretty chill. Second week though. Second week, you know, I'm getting ready for this game. And I wear some Springville merch to Ramsey, right? And oh man, it's funny. And it's a Thursday night. After school on Thursday, I go to McDonald's in Dora, Alabama, because I'm about to watch Springville. Dora is not too far from my house, so that's why I decided to go watch that game. I get to the game, and I was surprised. When I was at the game, 2 people came up to me from Springville, right? They came up to me and like, what's their name, right? They introduced themselves to me, right? I was surprised. I mean, I don't know why. All the time, everybody loves coming up talking to me. They'd be like, what's your name? What's your name? All that stuff. Like, immediately. They didn't just go past, like, They went, like, what's your name? Then they had found out I was, like, the guy from Instagram. Like, oh. I know who you are. Then, when the game continued on, I saw some of the people that I knew from Instagram, like Brady Caldwell, Pat I've met before. Most of them I've met before in person. I met them at when I went to the state championship soccer game. I met them in person. So most of them I didn't remember their names until they followed me on Instagram. Then I remember their name. I'm like, what's up, and all that. Then there's the trainers, the football trainers, right? And bro, they asked me, am I that tennis guy? They're asking me what school I go to. And it was surprising to watch and see. Like, after that game, I got more followers on Instagram from Springville. They exceeded. So it was a fun time. I mean, it was really fun. Then, after the game, it was a fun time. I had more Instagram people, fun time. Then, I was getting ready for another week. The Lees. The Lees game and the Ramsey game. Yeah. So first you go to the Ramsey Parker game, right? And it's a crazy game, That was an insane. I mean, bro, I was running for what happened. Like, I'm panicking at the game. Then, I have, bro, I can't believe this Wi-Fi is so trash. Wi-Fi goes off at the worst time possible. But, anyhow, then me and my homeboys went to the Leeds game next day. So was this gonna be my first time going to a Leeds game? Not really, cause I went to the game when Ramsey played against Leeds at Legion Field in 2023. Now, what's so crazy is that when we were playing Leeds, who knew that I was gonna be knowing most of those guys on the field in about a few months? I mean, I didn't know any. It's so crazy that people who were at that game, I now know by heart. That's how crazy it is. Especially the new gen. Pause. I'm just playing. But I get to the Leeds game, and everybody's like going crazy because I'm at the game. People are surprised to see me. People are like, "What's up?" to me. People are asking me about tennis. I mean, everybody's like having a fun time seeing me at the game. I mean, it is crazy that I didn't know I had that status. I was down there. 2 people see me. Then everybody just looked over like, "What's up?" to me, right? Everybody just looked over where I was. It was so loud that even one of the cheerleaders, who I know very well, even spotted and heard that I was here. They're like, "He's here. Where?" And she told me to say hi, right? She wanted to say hi to me. So I'm already having a fun time. So at the game, my homeboys come meet everybody. It's great. Taking pictures of everybody. I love it. Fun game, right? Very fun game. Not funny. I'm just playing. It's funny. But shoot. After the game, met the football players, right? Football players. I've met a lot of the football team I've met at a Leeds baseball game. Actually, I forgot to mention I went to a Leeds baseball game before, like a few months before I went to the Leeds football game. That's where I met a lot of people. And again, just like Springville, when I didn't know anybody's names until on Instagram. So then all the Leeds people follow me on Instagram. They had like their numbers right on their jerseys, so I knew who everybody was. I knew Gavin Bowen's number 50. I know him. Wilson 62. Carlos is 77. Landon 81. Million's number 1 on the team. Like number 1. His jersey number's 1. So I knew a lot of people's numbers and went up to them, shook their hands. They're all like, "Oh, what's up, bruh?" People were asking me about tennis. I met Gavin Bowen. He's like, "Wilson talks about you all the time." I'm like, y'all be talking about me? What? They said positively. But so after that, it was a great time. Week later, school's going by. A week later, I was supposed to play in a tournament with Easton Hood, but then the tournament got canceled because there was barely anybody in there. So guess what happened? I decided to go to the Leeds home game, their first home game of the year. Small town Leeds, Alabama. And I forgot to mention I met Sebastian Nava at the other game as well, bro. Because I knew him from Instagram. He messaged me and stuff. And then I met him for the first time. We got a flip. It was great. But also going back to that first home game. What's different is that the student section. Student section, man. You gotta be kidding me. Student section. I'm in the student section, right? I go, right? I'm like Am I kind of nervous? Yeah, because this time it's the home game. Because this time, everybody's going to be there. I first get there. Somebody I don't know sees me, right? And they're like, holy, that's that tennis dude right there. That's that DJ tennis dude. And I'm like, how the hell do these people know who I am? How do these people know who I am? How? How do they know who I am? I mean, they know who I am. I don't know how. I'm in the student section, right? I'm sitting there. People already love me. I met these incredible people. JK. I meet Bo Brown. I meet Caleb McDaniel. Most of the younger folks. The dudes, by the way. And I meet Lillian. And I have a great time at the game. Home game was fun. And, you know, when that game happened, there's going to be a big game next week. Everybody was asking who I think is going to win between Leeds and Springville. Because, you know, those two schools, I know freaking so many people at all of those games. Like Springville and Leeds, two schools that I became very, very popular at in a matter of freaking months. And I said, I love my Green Wave. I also love my Springville Tigers. So I'm going to let fate decide who's going to win. We'll see what happens on September 6th. So guess what? Next week, have a great day. Springville versus Leeds. Oh man, that game was one of the funnest games I've ever been to. I mean, I knew 95% of the people that were there. I mean, just imagine that. 95%. Now people know who I am. And that game was so crazy that David Jones, out of everybody, pulled up to the game. You never see David Jones at a football game. David Jones never shows up to a football game. Then I came to the game. He's all up over there, bro. I mean, I'm going to every side. I'm at Lee's side, Springville side. Every side. I'm like taking pictures of everybody, bro, from both sides. Leeds and Springville did get on me for what I did. They were like, man, you can't be both, bro. You be one. Everybody was like, Springville, you better stay on Springville side. Leeds, everybody's like, take that shirt off. Rebecca, Becca Sierra, she's like, put that shirt back on. Oh boy, it was crazy. I mean, it was crazy, man. But all seriousness, fun game. After the game happened, I was hoping it was a tie or overtime, but Leeds dominated 42-14. After the game, I went to Springville players and I talked to them on seven. So I said, "Hey man, y'all did great. Y'all put your hearts out. I'm proud of y'all." Counseled them. Then I went to go celebrate with Leeds. It's a fun game, man. Still, I haven't been to a Leeds game in about a month. Because there's no big game after that, right? However, I didn't went to go watch them when they played St. Clair County. St. Clair County. That was my famous Hawk Tua game. And what I mean by Hawk Tua is like, I said those words. It was fun. It was the funniest thing ever. I had everybody laughing like crazy that day. I mean, I posted the day after, but like, When I posted on my story, I had everybody in my school going crazy. Like, what in the freaking world did I just see? You know, when on some school visits, we got stuck in a hurricane. You know, I forgot to mention that, and some crazy stuff happened. But fun game. We said Moody were coming. Then the Moody game. I mean, it's one of the biggest games of the year. You know, Moody's beaten Leeds three times overall. Leeds beat them 15. Looks like that number's going to go up for Moody because of how they're recruiting. But Leeds the Leeds Moody game, you know, Leeds was almost coming back. It could have been a good game, but it was nothing. I mean, Moody won. The world. But my dorm, you know, after the Leeds and Moody game, the next week I went to Springville. And yes, they killed Springville. I mean, bro, they killed them. But I also went to a Springville volleyball. Oh yeah, that's what I gotta get into. Springville versus Ramsey volleyball. I also went to Ramsey versus Leeds volleyball, and Ramsey won. It was fun, but Ramsey versus Springville volleyball. I mean, when I was going down to Springville for the senior night already, I didn't know who they were playing. Which my dumb butt should have looked at the schedule. But then I thought they were playing my school. I was in Springville gear. I'm like, oh boy. So then everybody, like, when I come back, everybody's like, James, why were you cheering for the other side? And I said, I didn't know they were playing y'all. I was already heading down there because of their senior night, because I knew some of the volleyball players, especially when I have a lot of friends who are in the student section with mine. So, but then they're playing Ramsey. So, yeah. But back to it, you know, then came Lee's homecoming game. That was one of the craziest endings to a game I've ever seen. I mean, the place was going crazy. We were all going crazy. We all ran on the freaking field. Like, that's how insane it was. And then you have, whatchamacallit, I do good in school still, and, you know, I have my birthday. I forgot to mention that, October 5th, my birthday. But then you go to the playoffs start after the election. You know, a lot of people were mad, a lot of people were happy. I'm not going to say how I was during the election, because I don't want anybody to be enraged. But I have the next game was the Lee's first round playoff game against Gunnersville, and bro, that was the greatest freaking high school game I've ever been to. Oh, I forgot to mention I went to Corner versus Springville at Corner. Springville lost in their season. I have it for the seniors. You know, a lot of them I became close with for seniors, so. Bro, what in the freaking world is going on out there? But my dorm mates are crazy, man. I don't know what they're doing. But, like I know y'all probably can't hear that, but somebody was just screaming for help. Yeah, y'all probably can't hear that because the door, like the soundproof's on my device on the bed, and the door. So. But then I went to the Leeds versus Gunnersville game, and that was one of the greatest endings. What in the world? Okay, y'all still probably can't hear that, but someone just said WTF. I'm like, what the world? But so then Leeds is still in the playoffs after beating Gunnersville. We all run on the field again. It's lit. So guess what happens next? Leeds gets to the quarterfinals, right? And they beat Corner. Now they're going to the semifinals. I'm definitely going to be at the semifinals. It was so fun to watch. And in the semifinals, this was a big game. Leeds, Moody. They're all from this area. They're all from this area. People from all over, especially St. Clair County. Everybody from St. Clair County was coming to that game. I mean, it was packed like crazy. The game was fun. Leeds lost. And we couldn't do anything else. But I got to meet a Springville girl who followed me on Instagram, who was very good friends with people from Leeds. So she had came to the student section. And what's so crazy is that I'm really good friends with her younger brother from Springville. So it was fun meeting her. But then came basketball season, and basketball season was when I was very active against football season. I went to Springville basketball games. I went to their 2 away games first. Even though two of those away games I wasn't planned on going. Then I went to a home game where they played against Leeds. And I was so famous at that game again. I mean, Springville people loved me. It was a great game, too. Then, I went to a Leeds versus Gardendale game at Gardendale. Then, I went to a Jasper basketball game when they played Oakman. And, bro, that was, I didn't talk to anybody at the game. Well, I talked to some people at the game, but then, I talked to everybody else. Freaking, I love it. After the game. Then after the game, a lot of people from Jasper just started following me on Instagram. And I had people texting me out of nowhere from Jasper. That's insane. That's crazy. But then I went to a Springville versus Moody game the next day. It was fun. Springville won. So what was going on now? What was going on now? Then the year ended. We had a friends miss, spent a lot of money, but went to Coleman, bro, from Gadsden. Bro, what in the? This boy's crazy, man. But spring. What else I do? So then I didn't go to another game until like January, I think. I went to a Springville game against Centerpoint, but that was boring. I then went to the Leeds versus Ramsey at Leeds game. And bro, that game I'm so pumped up for, bro, cause this game was the game that made a lot of people at Ramsey, that all the basketball players at Ramsey saw me, and they have proved that I was actually very popular down there. I mean, while I was down there, they just saw me talking to all these people, hanging out with all these people, and they're like, "How do you know these people?" And I said, "They know who I am." Bro, what is up with this guy, this connection? I mean, you gotta be kidding me. What's wrong with this Wi-Fi? But anyhow, like, when I was at the game, I got in. One of my homeboys, freshman basketball player for Rams. I come in like the JV game's playing, right? He just smiles at me like, "Oh wait, here he is." So then I walk over to lead side, right? Everybody just starts going crazy. And everyone's trying, like, people, like, including cheerleaders. They were all trying to figure out what was going on. And when they all looked over, right, and my friend Finley, she saw me like, "Oh my God, it's James," because they haven't seen me since November, and they're going crazy because I'm here. Then I go to Springville. It was a Springville game at Ramsey. I did go to a Ramsey game when they played Leeds at Ramsey this time. I went to the St. Clair County conference championship, tournament championship. Springville played against Asheville. But then what was going to be the biggest game yet? So basketball season's coming to an end. What's going to happen? Bro, what is that? What the heck was that? I hope I'm not tripping. Bro. But anyhow, like, '25 class 2025, right? Yeah. So next thing you know, you have this. You have the not championship game. You have the tournaments, right? I mean the game at JSU, right? So the boys and girls are both ranked number one in the state, 5A wise. And originally, I was only planning on going to the boys game. where I might show up in the fourth quarter for the girls' game. But when I heard who the girls were playing, I knew I had to go. I heard that the Ramsey girls were playing against, guess who? Springville. When I heard that they were playing each other, I said, "Oh, for real, I'm going to that game." I was definitely going to that game. No way in the world I was missing that game. No way in the world I was missing that game. So guess what? I go down there and I get there. I thought the game had started. It didn't. It was actually another game happening. So guess what I saw? I saw my boy Brady Caldwell. So I went to go sit by him and his mom. His parents actually. His mom followed me on Instagram. And I also know his sister, because they played pickleball with us during the summer when I was out in Springville. But who were all the people that came and played pickleball? Nobody. Yeah. But when I was at that game, right, like when the game was about to start, everybody just started pouring in. Like when I was going to that game, my goal was I was either gonna sit on Ramsey side or Springville side. Now you would be mad at me if I was to sit on Springville side, but this is what I said. I said, depending on who all comes from Springville, will depend on which side I sit on. If a lot of people I talk to from Springville are at that game, I'm gonna go be on Springville side. Now I would probably still been on Springville side anyway, cause I really know, like there's always a lot of people from Springville I talk to, cause it's JSU. Like 50-something minutes not too far for Springville people. Then, at the game, everybody, like when I'm sitting with the Springville people with a Ramsey shirt, they're having a great time talking to me. Everybody's like saying what's up to me, bro. They're like, everybody was like welcoming me on their side. It's like they wanted me to be on this side. And so when I was on the side, nobody was like looking at me weirdly. Really, because most of them know a lot of them know I go to Ramsey. No one was looking at me weirdly. They were just like, some saw me and they're like, "What's up, man?" All of that. They're like, "JG Tennis, why aren't you on Ramsey side?" And I'm having a fun time. We're all just like having a fun time. I'm just looking at all the Springfield people like trash talking Ramsey, bro. Even people were asking me about like they're built, like your people at Ramsey like built different. Like muscle wise, football players. So I'm just over there having a fun time. I knew Ramsey people were gonna see me over there because I'm in a bright blue. I'm in a blue shirt, while everybody else in Springfield I was wearing white. But I'm having the greatest time ever down there. It was just fun. But like when like a lot of the Springfield people left in the fourth quarter. I sit with Addie Joe and Harper's Joy. And Addie Joe is telling me, "I think somebody just recorded you." I'm looking over there and I see people recording. Like either they're recording the game or me. I don't know what they're doing. So then guess what? After the game, right? Ramsey girls won. I get to the Ramsey side.
And boy, I caught a lot of hell. I caught a lot of it. I mean, bro, I was like when I got to the side, one of the teachers, our nurse, and our librarian literally came up to me. They're like, "What you doing? What were you doing on that side?" Everybody's like calling me a traitor, all that. Like it was crazy. You're like, hey Jane, why were you on that side? Hey Jane, why were you over there? James, how the hell did you? Why were you over there? And then there's there's literally a whole video of me. My boy Marcus Montgomery, I love you, bro. Um, he had said, Wida, James Job, and the other people student section. James Job. Boy, it had to be one of the funniest things ever. Let me go find it. It was crazy. Nixon. Where's the video at, bro? That's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. Adeline Brewer. Well, here's a picture of it. I'll say y'all's probably seen this before. There's Darius Solomon Williams. Minecraft. Find that video. Where is it? Oh my god. That's fun. Well, y'all remember this iconic picture. Oh boy, I need to find that picture right now. Bro, I swear not picture, the video. I had the videos. I saw the picture. It was the funniest video, one of the funniest videos ever. I mean, it was crazy. He was like, why in the world? Bro, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Joaquin threw my stuff away. But it's funny. Bro, what in the world did I look at? Oh boy, where did I send? Who did I send it to? There's no way I don't have a video of this. I have a video. Who did I send it to? Bro, where is it? Where is it, bro? I'm sorry if I'm taking up too much of y'all time. But it's actually crazy. I know exactly who I sent it to. Palmer. Sent it to Palmer. This phone doesn't work, bro. But like, no, I won't show the video. I'll show y'all a picture, but y'all get the idea. It was fun. Then you know the boys lost. And bro, after the game, bro, everybody was still mad at me. I mean, they were all up on me. But now it's time for, so at Ramsey, I mean, I still had a great reputation, but my reputation was kind of going, well, it wasn't going down. Everybody still loved me, but they were just like, James, you're really rooting, are you truly rooting against us all the time? My answer was no. Because then I proved something during the school season. During the school season, I had probably one of the greatest seasons in my Ramsey tennis history. My best season in my career. I started the season off very good, 4-0. And then I played Indian Springs, and I was expecting to lose that game. I won. 8-2. One of the best wins I've ever had. I'm 5-0, 6-0. Then I'm 7-0. I beat Leeds, and I'm 8-0. I'm now 9-0. I beat Donahoe. I'm 10-0. I beat Chelsea when I was not feeling that great. 11-0 when I beat Altamont. 12-0 when I beat Briarwood, and that was the icing on the cake. I was the favorite to win the rest of my matches of the season. Just imagine that. All those matches. You win 12, you're 12-0, you win 13-0, you're 14-0 now, you're 15-0 now. 16-0, 17-0, 18-0, 19-0, 20-0, 21-0, 22-0, 23-0, and you're 24-0 to end the regular season. And then there's times I went to Springville soccer games because soccer season was doing good. I went to a Springville soccer senior night. I did go to the Ramsey girls basketball championship. They lost by 1 freaking point. It was sad. But the not the girls. The girls, they had a great season. And I'm having one of the best seasons ever. I go to watch the Springville girls soccer game. A lot of people are surprised to see me. Rebecca Sierra had a fun game. I watched the boys. And I get a picture of them after. Then, I go to when Springville plays against Leeds. And that was one of the biggest games I've been to. I haven't seen a lot of these people in months, and some people I haven't seen yet. I've been to like 3 or 2 Leeds baseball games, and a softball game when they play Ramsey. But at the Leeds Springville soccer game part 1, it was fun. I mean, bro, like when I got there, not a lot of people were there when it was raining. But then when it was nighttime, then a lot more people pulled up. And it was fun to watch. The fame was back. I came in, and a lot of the seniors and juniors for Leeds wasn't there besides like soccer players and stuff. But like Everybody else was. I mean, it was something special. Like the younger ones were there. Well, I probably shouldn't say it like that. So like, basically, like there's 8th graders, 9th graders, and 10th graders that I know were there. So when I got to the game, not a lot of people were out there first, and then you get to like the second game after like the rain stopped and the girls came back on. You know, when I went out the stadium for a bit, then Rebecca saw her. You know, Rebecca. She's surprised to see me at the game. Then I went back in, and there's this freshman guy named Rod, and the dude sees me, and he's like, "No freaking way that D1 JG Tennis is here. Celebrity status, take a flip one." And I get to the bleachers, right? I'm sitting with some of the Lee's people that are like 3 years younger than me. Because there's nobody else. Well, of course, there's Springfield people at the game too.
But they're like same age as them. Springville, Miss Springville was there too. I sat by her and her family too. But then people that follow me on Instagram, they're all like saying, "Hi D1 JG Tennis," right? Because they knew they knew me off the spot. How does that even happen? They knew me off the spot. Even at a baseball game, at the concession, somebody was like, "Hi D1 JG Tennis." So it was a fun game. The boys won. Springville boys won. It was fun to watch. Then you have I have sectionals, right? And I went against Moody, and then I had this crazy match against Altamont, and it was one of the most craziest matches that I've ever played. I mean, I had all the momentum going my way. Then it just went my opponent's way, and it was still in my opponent's way. And then when I wanted to set, it was my way. Then it was his way. But then the momentum was with me at the end of the match, and I won it. It was one of the craziest matches I've ever played. It was amazing. I was cramping. I lost in the final the next day. And I mean, my whole school, like before the final, when I came to school the next day, everybody was congratulating me. Everybody was like, "Go do great." It was like fun to watch. Fun to play. And after that, I lost, and the season was over. Oh, and I forgot to mention this, and let me go back to it. Commitment day. I finally had my commitment day where I first committed to Webster, but then decommitted and signed to Methodist, where I am now. So, I'm having a fun time. And school's year's not over yet. Tennis season is over, but I have a short term now because now I gotta get ready for exams. So I'm doing my exams, and I also have spring. I go to a Springville Lee's game part 2, right? Joaquin gets to see how famous I am. Solomon got to see how famous I was at a Lee's Springville game in Springville. I mean, it was fun to watch. And Oh, they're back at it again. Oh boy. Um, you know, after that, everything just it was quiet. Like I got done on my exams. I went to the Springville. Springville beat Leeds 1-0. I counseled the Leeds members, and then Springville. I celebrated with them. Then I came back next week to watch the girls' game, the girls' quarterfinal. They beat. They won 2-1. It was a crazy game to watch. And then the boys lost to Boaz in the quarters, and I went to go say, "Hey, y'all did great." So then everybody from Springville was going to go to restaurants, and a lot of people were going to Waffle House. Surprisingly, they invited me. People invited me and said, "Yo, James, we going to Waffle House. You want to come?" I said, "Oh, sure." So I called. I was spending on my grandma that day. So I called I called my uncle, because my grandma would be asleep by then. So I called my uncle. I told him, "Hey, I'm going to be out late. I'm going to Waffle House. You want anything from there?" He said, "Yeah, the waffle, right?" So I originally was going to take it to go. But then when everybody started coming in, I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll stay for a bit. I'm having a fun time in there." I went to a Springville girls softball game. That was fun. And then me and my homeboys were about to hang out. But there are some more things I had to do. I was honored at my athletic banquet where I had the most wins, and they retired basically not really a jersey, but they retired my shirt. And it was a crazy moment. Then, me and my homeboys are getting ready to go to Myrtle Beach. So we're all like, it's a busy week because we have graduation. Because, most of us go to different schools. We have graduation. I have to go. I have to go to my homeboy's graduation the next day. I got to pack Friday. Saturday we got to go get the van, and then I got my graduation party like a few hours into the day. So let's talk about that schedule. Now, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do a separate video. No. Okay, so I didn't graduate. And graduating, no, let me go to the first. So let's talk about the week, okay? On a Monday is graduation practice. Me and Solomon, I pick up Solomon early in the morning. We go to our practice, right? So then, I was gonna take me and him decided to go by Parker. We called Richard and Kamaran that we're by Parker because from the I don't know if you know from the cross place you just keep going straight. You can find Parker from somewhere. So we went there, right? And everybody just three of the homeboys that go to Parker, they all jumped in the back of my car. And then, we saw the fourth one from Parker, Ibsen. He jumped in my car as well. They all jumped in my car. So now we all decided to go get something to eat. Which we weren't all planning on doing that, but since we're all together, we all decided to just go get something to eat. All the way down to Center Point. for some reason. Then I had an interview at Parker for a scholarship, which I got. It was crazy. Then we graduated. No. Tuesday, I had to go get an award, and that was tennis player of the freaking year. And I was surprised and wasn't surprised at the same time. For me, I didn't think I was gonna actually win the whole thing, like the whole the first place vote. I thought I was gonna be like top like four at least. I understand I had a 26-0 season until I lost in the final, but like I didn't think I was gonna win it over Vestavia or John Carroll or Mountain Brook. But crazy enough, I did. So that really put my legacy big at Ramsey, because now I'm a tennis player of the year, fourth all time, fourth MVP to do that, fourth Ramsey player to win MVP, and the most wins all time, and I got one state championship. But after that, I worked at George Ward. Didn't do anything else after that. So, next thing you know, I go to so then I'm getting ready for graduation. Like, I go pick up my homeboy Solomon. Solomon pick him up, and to go to my house, right? So we're all just getting ready for graduation and stuff, right? So he rode with me to graduation. So then when me and Solomon get there, everybody's preparing. I mean, the moment's happening. I'm kind of about to cry, because that's literally it right there, man. Next thing you know, I look in the stands. I see my family members, uncles. I see Richard and Joaquin were somewhere up in the in the section. So we're all like we're celebrating. A fun moment. Get my diploma. Cheers. High fives with teachers. Mayor Woodfin smiled Mayor Woodfin. He smiled the hardest at me when I got my diploma, and it was fun. I mean, and then after that, took pictures of everybody, telling everybody congratulations, and what in the world? And go outside, taking pictures of everybody. My homeboys are coming up to me, and we're all deciding to go out to eat, right? I mean, me and my family were about to go out to eat, and had some family friends as well. And my homeboys came with us. So, Richard got his car, drove with Solomon, and I had Joaquin. I took Joaquin home. And we're eating, we're having a great time, a very fun time, unbelievable. So then the next day, I had to get Solomon up early. We had to go to Parker's graduation. We got there, right? I'm in the stands, watching the graduation with Solomon. We're all cheering for our homeboys. We all go take a picture with them. Then we're all going to Richard's party. I took Richard and one other person home. Solomon took him home too. He didn't come to the party, but I came to pick up Joaquin, came to the party. Then I went to Joaquin, stayed there for a little bit. Then RJ and then they all came over to where we were, and we all went our separate ways. So then Friday, right? Nothing's happening. One of my cousins is spending the night at my house. Me and Kamarian didn't go shopping, right? We go shopping and we get ready to head to Myrtle Beach. Then Saturday, I have my graduation party. And it was fun. I mean, I had to get up early, take RJ to get the van, pick Solomon up. Then, everybody was dropped off with me, Jalen up too. Then I had my party. So, Kamari was at work. Joaquin had to go pick somebody else up for the party. And Richard had choir party, he had to come late. And so we're all like, at my graduation party, we're having a great time. And it's fun. Then it comes to the tennis. I'm playing tennis with everybody. Jabril was there. Jaden was there. Coach came. I mean, we were having a fun time. What was so crazy is that I literally have to be at Joaquin's house in literally a few hours. So I get everything done. The party. They have my phone. They have my keys to my car, so they bring the keys back. And me and Javion, we go to Chick-fil-A, eat there. I take him home. Then I go before, and then I stop by my grandmother's house, tell her and my uncle I'm leaving for a week, and then I go to my house. I take a shower. Then my mom takes me to Joaquin's. Then Ross staying the night. But I will get to 2025 summer review in the next video. So that'll be my part 2. It's been your boy JG Tennis, and peace out.